me being fair. Um, I can talk about me being fair. It means nothing. Uh, you can you know my grandest proof to that is I don't have a relationship with my mom because she couldn't decipher, or she only heard the negative examples that I gave of what women did, and I talked about it. So I realized that it will never be, um, you know, the intellect just don't allow that to ever be. So hey, listen, I appreciate you guys for being here tonight. I am going to steady this ship. I'm gonna keep this thing moving. I am not going to allow nonsense.
Wow.
I'm not going to allow nonsense to ever, um, or should I say, I'm not going to allow my
I'm
my.
not going to allow nonsense to
Come
ever.
on, Jesus Christ! I'm going to restrict my work. I don't think individuals that understand this. I don't think individuals that been through what Father's been through. I don't think that they'll ever understand. I think that I'll always be told there's some understanding, but they'll never understand. And my mom is an example of that. All right. All right. So, people, I want to talk about something tonight. Um, I want to talk about uh, why so much voter fraud. Why why have why has why did we see voter fraud on a grand scale? What was the what why are so many people afraid of Donald Trump? What is it that Donald Trump what is it about Donald Trump that makes him um, the hated individual that he is? Why is a lot of reports coming in about individuals that when they was spoken to by Democratic women? Why am I listening to a lot of things, and I'm listening to stuff and I'm saying why? So um, I want y'all to listen to this. I want y'all to listen to this. And this is a woman that tried to vote as a Republican. I want y'all to listen to her resistance.
Asking, when you take the jammed ballot out, you have an option to discard the number. There is a column that says, that's actually tabulating, that's incrementally tabulating every time a ballot gets scanned. So when a ballot gets jammed, you have an option to go and say discard. Then it makes it 0. But you also have an option to continue. So what happens is when you take those one jammed ballot plus the rest of the ones that got tabulated and put them through again, like feed them, if you say continue tabulating, it will add to that 24 or 25 wherever it got jammed, and then again rescan this entire thing. Like she said, the number only has to be 50. There were machines, at least not the machines I was guarding. I was behind tabulator number 5 and 6, and because I was on top of them, telling them every single time, stepping forward and saying you didn't make it 0, those machines were doing okay. But I did come across a couple of other machines where the numbers were 300, 400. It's not supposed to be. But I could clearly tell that some of those people didn't know how to discard and start again. So was there an overcount? Yes. Was it off by thousands? I can't tell. I only can tell what I saw. And I witnessed that some people didn't know what to do when it was getting jammed. I don't know how much of training they all had, but some people did not know IT. Similarly, at the county board too, where I witnessed this big stack of ballots that came in with a note saying not in EPB/S, which is not in election poll book or system. I didn't even know that that can even happen, that you can actually have ballots that are not in the poll book or in the system and still be fed into the system. These people were manually entering it, and I have the table numbers where this was getting done, like the counting board numbers, and they didn't know. They were manually feeding it with a birth date of 1900 something. And when I asked the supervisor why they were manually being fed, they said they did not know. They're only doing their job, and if I have a problem, I could go talk to somebody up there. But the thing is, they didn't even know how to unlock the voter record when it gets jammed. Because I'm in IT and I can understand the code behind it, I had to literally help them. I'm like, you have to go do this, then do that. And that's when they kind of knew. So I could clearly tell most of these people didn't have enough training, and they were just monotonously doing their job. And whether it was intentional or not, again, I cannot witness to that. I can only tell what I was there for. And again, I just want to tell everybody here that when we became a poll challenger, our intent was not to get into fights with anybody. I'm an immigrant, and this country gave me a platform to be what I am today. I run a successful IT business. I'm one of the fastest 50 growing companies in America. And I really love this country. When I became a citizen of this country, it was a choice I made. I had to give up my Indian citizenship to become a US citizen. It's a choice we all made. That's a country we grew up in, but this is a country we chose to live. So we just have a lot of respect for this country. Putting ourselves out here, it's not fun. Trying to get our names out there, trying to just kind of intimidate us. You have to understand, coming to a country where we have nobody, and then start our life here, it takes a lot of courage. So we do have courage. And especially for me to do this, it's really scary. It was very scary because I am a very private person. I have no social media accounts. I just like to live a very private life. But I knew what was at stake from what I witnessed at TCF, and my heart broke because I had a lot of respect. I still have a lot of respect for this country, and I don't believe in racism as like the mainstream media narrative. This country has given me a lot, and I'm very thankful for it. So today when I'm doing this, it's not because I'm trying to say who's good or who's bad. I'm just saying that this needs to be fixed. In a country like India, we have a national identification card without which we cannot vote. When we come into this country, we have a retina scan, we have fingerprints, everything when we are entering into the...
When she say we are entering this country, she's talking about the United States, by the way. She is saying that we have all these countermeasures put in place to identify ourselves. So just take heed to, I don't want nobody to assume her accent, and she says this country. She, in fact, is talking about the United States. She is speaking on the voter fraud that went on in Michigan.
Into this country through a border. How is that a vote, which is the single most important thing any person can do, is actually being cast without an ID, without any kind of oversight, and those ballots getting duplicated without an oversight, and all of this fraud that was happening? It was heartbreaking. So that's why I decided to put myself here. Another thing that I noticed is that there were Democratic challengers there. I don't even call them challengers. They were agitators. They were only there with one purpose. When GOP people or nonpartisan people signed up, we were only trying to ensure that there was integrity. Whereas when Democratic challengers signed up, their only purpose there was to intimidate the GOP people and get them out. So that was what was happening on the 4th.
So what she said was, when the Republicans signed up, they signed up to make sure everything was just smooth, being ran smoothly. What she just said was, when the Democrats signed up, they signed up to be intimidators. They signed up to be pit bulls. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Who can be a better pit bull? A man? Can a black man get signed up to be a pit bull? No. The vision of a black man giving somebody an attitude means, oh, they're going to play the threaten card. It happens, our women do it to us all the time. And the black man can't be that. But if a woman does it, they will be professional. Let me give you an example of what I mean by this. People, when I go out to places, I try to avoid women of color at all costs, all right? Because what only has happened to me in my 51 years of living, I have had 2 problems with black men ever. I have problems with women of color weekly. All right. And one thing that I know is that a woman of color will be nice mean. She'll be smeen. Yeah, nice mean. She'll be smeen. Smeen is when you're nice mean. It means you will say, F you, get out my face, sir. F you, get out of here, sir. And they'll say sir. They'll say sir, but they'll be mean. But that's just me. But if you think it's just me, let us listen to what this woman got to say.
When I got on the floor, I didn't have my GOP tag on, so automatically I was assumed to be a Democrat. And I have seen some women who came to me and said, let's get these MFs out. And she was singing that song. And for me, I don't listen to secular.
So what she just said was the women that was there to hire to be part of the democratic process or the voter process, they were actually bringing some street antics, which I see all the time. They were bringing street antics to the workplace. As a matter of fact, like I told you, I was working at Burger King, McDonald's this year, and I had to get out of there because the women was yelling "my nigga" all up in the place. So there's just no guidelines of street life workplace. But she just said that she, in fact, there was a woman there singing, "Let's get these MFs out of here." That's what she just said. So let us listen.
Is the single most important thing any person can do is actually being cast without an ID, without any kind of oversight, and those ballots getting duplicated without an oversight, and all of this fraud that was happening. It was heartbreaking. So that's why I decided to put myself here. Another thing that I noticed is that there were Democratic challengers there. I don't even call them challengers. They were agitators. They were only there with one purpose. When GOP people or nonpartisan people signed up, we were only trying to ensure that there was integrity. Whereas when Democratic challengers signed up, their only purpose there was to intimidate the GOP people and get them out. So that was what was happening on the 4th when I got on the floor. I didn't have my GOP tag on, so automatically I was assumed to be a Democrat. And I have seen some women who came to me and said, let's get these MFs out. And she was singing that song. And
she was singing that song.
I don't listen to secular music, and these days you can't even tell what is cussing and what is a song. So I thought maybe she was really singing a song. But then when I saw that she was targeting white male Republicans, accusing them of something like your mask slipped, you were not 6 feet away, so you need to go out, and your phone was out, and they were really intimidating all these white people. And I put myself out there, tried to help them, saying, why are you getting them in trouble? And they said, why are you taking their side? Then I showed my GOP tag.
Because it was a place to come and place your vote, but the women that was there turned it into a war zone. So you got war on men, and now they carried that thing into the voter station. That's what that Indian lady had to deal with when she went to vote. Good evening, y'all. Welcome. WLAW Law Talk Radio 98.3.com FM. People, I got a question, and the question that I'm asking tonight is, why voter fraud, and by who? Why is it so important for those people to intimidate people, to agitate people, to be at the voter place singing rap lyrics, saying we got to get these MFs out of here? Maybe if you know the song, sing it. I don't know the song. I didn't know there was a song like that exists. I'm an introvert. I just did a video on that, posting over on the Hated One. I just did a video on that. I'm an introvert, so I don't know no song like that. But why the fraud? Why? What is the problem with Donald Trump? What is the big deal? What's the problem? Why is this man? Why are Democrats? The Democrat women at this place in Michigan, why were they there to, as she stated, to intimidate, to agitate white male voters. What is to assume white people are going to vote for Democrat? Okay, why? You heard her. I mean, she said it, not me. People, I'm gonna tell you something. I love black people. I tell people that if I was born 10 years earlier, I would have been a Black Panther. You heard me say that before. I realized yesterday, and I realized it yet again today, I am doing what I was set here to do. I'm a fighter for the forces of good. I realized that that I will never be understood, ever. I will always have individuals taking stabs at me. It would always be, I understand, and stabs. I get it. But why the Democrat way? Why the Democrats? Why is everyone insistent on being a Democrat? Studies show that there are more women that are Democrats than men in the community you guys call black. The individual that ran for president for the Democratic side made it a specific that if you don't know who you're voting for, you ain't black. I think it was either Snoop Dogg or Ice Cube, one of those rappers, I can't remember which one, said, we got to stop this nonsense with every 4 years, the Democrats didn't show interest in us because they want our vote. So much to where as though the individual that was running for the Democratic Party said, I'll secure a black woman's vote by getting a black woman. So, and then, like I said, studies show that there are more women that are Democrats than men. There was studies show that there are more men converting from Democrats to Republican. There are lots of women. I got their videos sent to me. I have them on my other forums. But why voter fraud and from who? What is going to be lost? What is going to be lost if Donald Trump gets into office? What is going to be lost? What is going to be lost? Right? Good question, yes? What is going to be lost? What is the what is it about the fact that Democrats they wanted to take our guns, they are dragging out this thing calling it a pandemic? What is it about the Democrats that make black people not see that and get excited to have Donald Trump get booted out of office? What is it? What is it? So I'm going to ask you a question. How many times have you heard a distinct detail as to why Donald Trump is the enemy? How many times have you heard a black man say, hey, you know, we don't want Donald Trump in office because he is going to increase child support. We don't want Donald Trump in office because he's going to up the laws on weed, if we sell weed. What is it about women? Why are women so, what are women, what is the women's big deal? I said men first because there were no men at that place in Michigan that were antagonizing and patronizing white people. There were none. At least she didn't say it. There were none. I listened to that already before I played it. But there were none. So why then? Because men and women too, they questioned the Democrats. But when I go on my personal Facebook, The thing that just blew my mind was I seen one of my friends' grandkid with the TV on with this little welfare receiver standing in front of the TV saying, "Yeah, this little welfare receiver." I'm laughing at something else. Oh, whore. Little welfare receiver. I'm watching this little welfare receiver chilling and dancing, and I'm looking at my friend say, "Who is that?" Biden. No, that's Biden. Who is he? He elected. Yeah. And who did he beat? Trump. And she's like, "Yay!" And the little welfare receiver is saying, "Yay, yay, we got rid of Donald Trump. Yay." This is what I seen. Now I'm gonna let y'all hear what I heard. This is a video that was surfacing back when Donald Trump was first elected. Now, it is a woman that's saying to women, not educating women on the wrong that they've done in life, and hey, stop having babies. Hey, start educating yourself. Hey, no, she's the new Shaquita Trudman. Shaquita Trudman, she's helping welfare and Section 8 people to the underground Section 8 railroad. But then you're going to notice she's going to turn into a Shaquita X. First, she's going to be leading welfare and Section 8 receivers to the Underground Railroad. And then she's going to go Shaquita X on them. So I want y'all to listen to this. Run that joint, fake studio man.
It's the beautiful one, baby. I'm sitting up here this morning at Apple and Eagle Car Wash getting my baby clean because I got a lot of miles I need to put on this weekend. So you know what I'm saying? She got to be looking tight and looking right as I stroll through the city. But as y'all can see in my subtitle, this is a Section 8 update. My inside connection with the U.S. Department of HUD up in D.C. just gave me a call. I want to go ahead and brace you all for what is getting ready to happen, okay? Now that President-elect Donald Trump is going to be sworn in January, there are getting ready to be some significant changes and some abrupt changes with the Section 8 housing voucher and public housing. So I want to go ahead and brace you all so you all can go ahead and start making preparations right now, so you know that you've already been warned. Y'all know what.
Yeah, because Lord knows you prepare after you have the kid, and you yeah, that's the time to preparate, and that's the time to warn individuals on Section 8 and welfare. Yeah, you warn them when a Republican get in the office, but when a Democrat is in office, oh, we got it made.
I find that information, I get on and I warn my people. Okay, the budget has been cut by hundreds of millions of dollars. Hundreds of millions of dollars. The HUD department budget has been slashed. So what they're doing, you may qualify for a 4-bedroom, but if you have a child, a female child that's under the age of 10, that child now has to sleep in a room with you. Okay, so and now what they're doing also, if the children, even if there's a boy and a girl, if they under the age of 10, they gonna have to share the same room. Y'all have to understand what's happening to us. They are slowly but surely knocking us out the damn park.
They're slowly but surely knocking people that are living off the system out of the park. What park are they in? Because I want to be clear, if you're on Section 8 and welfare and there's nothing wrong with you, you're a failure. These are the same individuals that hoot and holler every time they want to do welfare reform. People, I make no mistake about it. I'm a proud welfare hater. I don't like welfare. I think it enables. I think it's the reason why black people are crippled bastards as a whole, because of welfare. Welfare. There was a video went viral about a year and a half ago. These two black women was going around saying we didn't need welfare. We were fine without it. And now all of a sudden, President Woodrow Wilson, like he said, I have them niggers voting for Democrats for the next 200 years. And he succeeded with the welfare program. Give these individuals stuff. Tell them, no, you ain't got to work. I'll give you welfare. So I want to be clear. I'm transparent. I don't like welfare. I don't like it. I believe that if you offered men welfare on the scale that you offered women, it's the reason why it's so successful, because they don't offer it to men. I believe that individuals can run around here and make all these complaints and concerns. We are equal, men and women. No. Every time they want to use something to break down the people, they go to the women. All right? I want to be clear about that.
This is something that I've been trying to tell you all along. You have to, you know what I'm saying? You got to brace yourself at all times. You all got too comfortable and cozy with Barack Obama being in there. Y'all thought he was going to be in the White House forever? I understand some of y'all, but come on, y'all. Y'all got to wake up. Y'all got to wake up. I need for y'all to start getting yourselves together right now. Because come January the 20th, everything that President Trump has elected to do, it is getting ready to take effect immediately. Hundreds of millions of dollars have now been slashed from the HUD department. So many of you are getting ready to lose your Section 8 vouchers. You become so comfortable with living a certain lifestyle, living in a certain type of house. I understand all of that, because to come up, let me tell you something. Section 8 was only meant to be a stepping stone. Not for you all to say you've not been on Section 8 20, 30 years.
Now I'm confused. But that seems to be a normal occurrence as of late. I'm confused about how they've been on welfare for 30 years, but President Barack Obama only was in office for 8. People, as I stated on a video that I just did, that it's going to be loaded on the Hated One. I clean carpets. When I go to places, I can't help but to look at the carpets. When I hear people speak, I can't help but to grade their intellect. And I'm not understanding where this one is going. First, she was telling them, warning them, you need a warning whenever a hand-me-down system is making adjustments. And then she went to start trying to educate them, becoming Shaquita X, and trying to educate them. But those are the individuals that we seen at the voter fraud. Those individuals that was attacking individuals. That's who that was. They wasn't trying to save a democracy. They were trying to protect welfare in Section 8. It is the biggest love that exists in the black community outside of drugs and committing crimes. And it's a shame how Mark Zuckerberg paid for all these, paid the Democrats to set up shop in multiple places to be set up for voter booths in places that were known to have a high Democrat rate. It is amazing how black people are being used. Every time the Democrats call on us for service, we snap at this position of attention to help Democrats. I'm not understanding what exactly don't you see about these individuals. I don't understand. I truly don't. I don't understand if you got a 9 to 5. I'm not understanding. Let me tell you something. I am extremely smart, but there is no way on this planet you can get me to understand how in the hell you're a Democrat if you got a 9 to 5. I just don't understand it. There is nothing you could say to me to make me say, okay, yeah, I can see that.